Hey, Turtle Club, how's it going? Good morning. We are here with a Rusty, and he is currently munching on his giant rawhide bone. He is going to be eating on that probably for as long as we have him, y'all. He's trying. He's giving a good shot. And he really likes it. So we're back here to some more Pokemon Monster Mondays. And yeah, let's see here. We were trying to level up the last two remaining people of our team to 60, so we can give another shot to the Elite Four. And the way we were kind of doing that was by going through the underground. And we had just explored right here, I believe, but maybe not. So yes, we just explored here, and we are. So we need the upper left-hand corner, and actually either upper left or lower, either west or east, basically looks like. Will let us get into the rest of the sides, and that's kind of how I think we're going to explore the rest of it, just to be sure, right? And thankfully, it doesn't take much for us to go get west or east, because this game is amazing. Oh, Bubba, you have completely started chewing on that, haven't you? Let's move your little bed wall there. Okay. Hope everybody's week's going good so far. It's the start of the week for a lot of us. Mine's going all right. Yesterday, I was totally mentally exhausted. The job thing. The job thing's going to get better. I keep getting told it's going to get better, and I've actually gotten a little bit of information about how the job is going to get better. And personally, I'm really excited. So what I do when I explain it to some people that don't have any idea what it is, an analyst is, right? Or a network analyst is I kind of describe it in joking terms that I'm the Homer Simpson of the cable world. Right? If anyone's watched The Simpsons, right, they didn't know Homer Simpson's got this job where he goes to a nuclear plant, and then instead of actually doing anything in the plant, like dangerous, right, his job is he just sits there and watches all the computer screens and the buttons and the knobs and the dials. And then, if anything makes an alarm or a noise or something, he panics, freaks out, goes, ah! And then does something about it. And that's my job, basically, for what's called a SIP network. Basically, it's an IP voice network that is very complex, nationwide. And most phone companies, that's what they're using these days. But the company I work for also has a few other kind of, wait, what's that? Oh, that is just reminding me that 8 o'clock has happened and I should be streaming by now. And I am, so awesome. But so what I was doing until like 2017 was strictly just all that Homer Simpson-like stuff for our company's voice network. And then the company decided that they were going to try altering some things. You know, a lot of companies always looking for ways to improve, always looking for ways to get the best and the brightest if they don't think they have all of it yet, and always looking for ways to actually save a buck. And my company decided that they were going to, I've never seen like a graveler just walking around like that, but they were going to try to save a buck by reducing the number of people we had overall in the company for similar jobs and increasing the number of things we have to look at. And it was okay to begin with. I will admit. It was okay to begin with. At first, it's like, hey, Mag, why don't you take a look at the voice network like you always do? Cool. No problem with that, boss man. And how about you learn how to do some of the video stuff? And for what it's worth, the technology that streams video and the technology that streams audio, which are basically what phone calls are, is streaming audio between two different points, are very similar in how they stream, except for in the case of like video, right? Like what we're doing right here, where I'm doing something even though it's live, and I'm streaming it to you. It's not like we're in a situation where I'm trying to have a two-way conversation, and I'm not in a situation where I may be contacting someone with something important beyond like an entertainment value. So your phone call and my phone call, if we were to talk to each other on the phone, that is, you know, that is a information being point A to point B, and there is some importance there to make sure that the information that's provided from point A to point B is accurate as much as possible. Piece of charcoal, nice, and then we run away from the onyx. And so for the way a video network and the way a voice network operate, they are very similar, except for in the case of a voice network, the tolerances are much, much higher to where they, or much, much lower to where they freak out really easy. So, like if you were watching a video and you were to miss a couple words, that wouldn't be a big deal, right? I mean, even if you were watching a sporting event, because that's what most people, you know, if there's a live event, most people are going to be watching either a sporting event or some sort of news coverage, right? And if there is like a touchdown or a three-pointer that gets sunk, or if there's like a field goal, or well, in the case of soccer, if there's actually a goal, right? There's generally going to be a lot of stuff that goes alongside that. So even if you miss the exact moment, as unfortunate as that is, it's not like you missed something overly life or death. Whereas if you're on, say, a phone call with the authorities, right? If you have the reason to call 911 or something like that, that is going to, so where are we at? We're there. So we need to go further north and start meandering toward northeast. But if you were to contact, you know, the authorities and say that there's been an accident and you need them to be at this location for ambulatory reasons, that's kind of way more important. And so, again, similar technology to the two. So having me look at a video network and a voice network and be able to troubleshoot both of those with the way that those are done from a protocol standpoint, kind of slam dunk that they go together. And so there wasn't really a big deal with that. And then, as all of us are aware, right, we had this moment come up where a global event occurred where a lot of us weren't able to go into the office anymore. Those of us that had desk jobs, you know, weren't able to go in the office. Those of us that actually worked at front counters and worked at shops and that kind of stuff and worked in food service and stuff, all the you know, in-person stuff kind of dropped. It went away. And you know, that changed so much in how the world worked. And it even changed how my world worked, because instead of going into the office where if I had a question to ask involving something that I wasn't sure about, I could easily look at my coworkers and look around and go, hey, so they're wanting 55 pulsers, alright, so bulk up the fling, payback, second button. But I would be able to say, hey, this person's not currently working on anything. They are up and about, they're talking to people, or they just clearly don't look like they are currently doing anything of importance. In the grand scheme of things, I can ask them for assistance. So we kind of lost that real world touch. And that's something that a lot of people that are going, we all go back to the office, they kind of bring that up as what we should. And we could maybe discuss that a little bit later while I'm on this game stream here today, because we always have conversations on our channel. And that sort of went to a point towards like, okay, well, you can't tell who's available for certain things. So maybe what we need to do is we need to train everybody a bit better. Now, I want to point out that up until the point that we did all this, shifting and job duty splitting and sharing and all that kind of stuff, all the way up until we had shelter in place, that my career, my goal, was to get into engineering within our voice network. And that's still part of my goal. And in order to get to where that was, I was what was called a subject matter expert within our voice network at the analytical standpoint, at that stage of my career. And it was not something that happened overnight. It was not something that happened over a few weeks. It wasn't even something that happened over a few months. The first time I was actually permitted in my department to work by myself in my subject that I was an expert at was after I'd been with the company for 3 months. And I was given so many different phone numbers to contact if something were to happen that I wasn't sure of. And that was, that was kind of what we expected was going to happen. That there's going to be some things pop up and I wasn't going to know what to do about it. Weasel, Houndoom. This is probably not your best matchup, buddy. Oh, Houndoom. Oh, bye-bye. Oh, let's see here. Let's see if we can beat up a Weasel. Oh, this might work. This is looking like it might work. Yes. Be praised. Good boy. Beat up. One more beat up. There we go. Awesome. But yeah, so as that kind of went to where the company was like, okay, well, we're having these issues where people can't really get the assistance they need, they thought more training would help. And more training doesn't help. For that to go, right? I mean, so even like in what I was subject matter expert as, right, there's going to be stuff that no matter how much training you do for somebody, until they actually are able to start working with the subject and start doing and dealing with problems and getting experience, they're not going to come out knowing what to do immediately. And training, is great. Don't get me wrong. I have studied a lot. I have learned a lot of data. I've learned a lot of material. I've been trained on a numerous number of things. And, I dare say that I wouldn't say that I know a lot, but I think I would say that I know of a lot. And that's a big difference, right? Like, take this game, right? This is Pocket Monster Monday that we're streaming, right? This is Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl that we're doing this on. This is a Generation 4 game that's been redone with Generation 8 stuff. The fact that there's not an item ball here is very sus. But in this game has been around for how long? And I've played games like this for how long? And we've beaten, Generation 3 all the way on camera. We've done Sword and Shield on camera. We've done so many things on this channel involving Pokemon. And there are still moments where I come into a fight and I have no clue what I'm doing. And I'll either the chat will chime in, or I will just basically Google it, or I will, worse than not knowing what I'm doing, I will think that I know what I'm doing, and I will make a really bad blunder, and wind up, oops, What are you sniffing at? You're licking your bed. Buddy. Oh, Rusty. Oh, buddy. But yeah, so that is definitely one of those things that you can take that in this kind of a setting, this kind of environment, right? And go, oh well, this is just a hobby. If you don't know what you're doing when it comes to like fairy versus dragon matchups, you're fine. you know, you're gonna lose. Yes, sometimes I lose. That happens, Rusty. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. There you go. But sometimes I'm gonna lose, and you basically get a game over screen, which isn't much in Pokemon, right? But then you'll have to just, you know, learn from the failure, get some humility about it, and keep marching. But when you're working with like a network that is handling the communications for millions of people, you don't want that to happen. And, you know, I work for a telecommunications company. We handle video, we handle telephone, we handle data, we handle, you know, everything from small companies to big companies to people like you and I. And so, all of that, right? If any of it goes wrong, if any goes bad, you know, that's one thing. So let's just clear this whole turret and see what happens. That's a Kricketot. But so there is, you know, there's this weird situation that's coming in our company, and it happened over a couple of years, right? Where as shelter in place happened, and we learned that people, even though we throw a lot of training at people, they're not able to know everything. Funny. So we get to this point where that we're not trying to. So it's a poison. Swap. So we get to this point to where we're, you know, not really in a. I think it's dark poison, right? We'll find out real quick. But we're getting to this point to where they're realizing that this whole entire situation that they had, where they're like, yeah, we need Drain Punch. Boom. There we go. Love it. So what they're deciding is that they've made some corrections in a negative way. And I am looking forward to what they're going to be doing to change it. And in the meantime, though, unfortunately, you know, companies they don't just wake up one day and everything gets better. They wake up one day and realize things are bad, and that they need to become better. And they still need to become better, and they still need to become better. And slowly but surely, things start to get better over time. Yeah, this is working really good. This is why we had the hell Terry with us for so long. Because eventually we become a Glade, and Glade's great. And so the thing with that, right, is it's going to be a slow thing, but they've been working, thankfully, unbeknownst to a lot of people, myself included until recently, but they've been working on trying to do what they could to fix that. That will hurt a little bit, right? Yeah. It's not exactly super effective. I think fighting might be good. No, because he's Flying Bug. Ugh. See? Generation 1 Pokemon. Turtle Club. Generation 1 Pokemon. And I'm using a Generation 4 Pokemon, right? Because Glade came from this gen. And I still made the wrong choice. So maybe we can go fight something that's going to be better against, or we can be really good with fighting and just Drain Punch it and go up. Oh, that's grass. I think that's the last thing in this room, though. Oh, well, hello. Huh. I think that's really good for us to fight. Oh, Wurmple. Hello, Wurmple. Rumple's really good because we don't have to worry about things. So for Poison Point, we don't have to worry about Poison Point. Alright, so Drain Punch is not very effective against Bug. I didn't know fighting wasn't effective against Bug. That's how bad I am at this game sometimes. Alright, hopefully we don't get poisoned. And now we should be able to use Drain Punch and knock it out and still get a little bit of HP back. Yeah, it's with the big root too. That's just sad. But yeah, so the company realizes that people like me and others in the company, they need to be doing things and stuff, and not all the things and all the stuff. So the hope is that we are going to have a situation where the pendulum kind of swings back. You know, we went to this way where they're like, all right, we need to save all this money. Oh, super effective. X-Scissor, knock you out, Cherry Bee. So that leaves this fighting type down here. We really need a psychic move on this Pokemon. I wonder where the move rememberer is. We gotta do that. We oughta pop up after this fight and go find the move rememberer. That'll be worth a good amount of hit points. There we go. But yeah, so hopefully the number of days that I come off work and just my brain is fried in potato starch is just gone. Because they're going to... You know what we ought to do? Oh wait, is the Pokétech not down here? Pokétech's not down here. Oh. So there's no item finder down here. Interesting. Huh, that's kind of funky. Alright. Well, to the giggle we go, right? Pastoria City. Okay, so we're going to go to Pastoria City and relearn some moves. I think Psycho Cut Gallade burns. That's the end of the city. Also the end of the city. So... Ah, aha. Heart scale. Oh, we don't have a heart scale? Sure don't. Wow. Unless there's one here. Deep sea scale. Giga Drain. Calm Mind. Don't think we have any need for that though. Okay, so now we need to figure out where we get heart scales at. Yuck. All right. Okay, grand underground mining. So we're gonna do some mining then. Neat. Not really, but still. The game clearly wants people to play the underground. I mean, it's a great place to do some grinding, right? And there's a whole lot of farming you can do here. Alright, so let's do boom. Okay, so none of those are heart scales. Alright, so it said there was 4 items confirmed. So maybe something in the middle, and it's probably a box. Wow. Alright, so we got some shards. I really wish we could skip this part here. Maybe we can find a vendor that sells hard scales. So there's a blue sphere there. Oh, well, that is... that while we're out. Alright, so nope, we can't go whatever there was. Oh, we got the Firestone though, so that's worth something, I guess. And I don't believe there's anything specific in each oh, 4 again. Nice. So, yellow shard. Okay. And it's a pretty stone box. It's going to have a dragon in it. An Altaria statue. Ah, neat. Alright. And 4 again. Nice. Alright, so somewhere in the middle here, maybe? Wow, maybe up here? It don't matter. Oh! Well, there was a Stardust, I think is what that was. Or a star. Good for money, but we're not really needing money. We're looking for heart scales. And technically we can go farm love discs. That might be better off. Better option, right? I think we just need 1 heart skill though, right? Wow, usually you would get at least a hit? Yeah. Alright. Well, that's more spheres and shards and stuff, so that's not bad. It's up here. See what we find here. Oh, it's like right there. Totally overlooked it. My gosh. Alright. And Turtle Club. I do apologize, but Digrat's job. There are going to be some changes, right? So I'm going to take a real quick look here at a few things because Digrat's alarm. And she needs to make sure that she's up, and she unfortunately went to bed a little late last night. That looks like she might already be up, so we should be good. Okay. Well, never just think that right off. Always trust but verify Turtle Club. I will be right back in about 2, maybe 5 minutes at most. And we're back. Okay, so let's So now we need to go into hidden spot and go back out. else could that be at? What else could it be? Maybe here? No clue, Turtle Club. That is... Well, at least we've got a Moonstone for what it's worth, right? So it's a steel type statue. Should have went for the small hammer. Oh well. At least we got another statue. Wow, this is a really good board for having 3. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And just sending Digger a message just to be sure she's awake. What's that? Oh, it's a fossil. Oh, it's a... Is that a dome fossil? Is it like Omanite? Man, I really miss art sometimes. Oh, we have one more here. Well, we ain't gonna get it, so might as well just hit it. Still no heart scales. Is there a specific spot where we can get them? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so that is a dome fossil, and those are a possible thing that you get here. And the the stone boxes are good too, but it does look like our best bet is to do two things. One, go to bag. Go here to where we have thief. Oh, Rusty, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, you're trying to get the bone all the way over there. Well, here you go. Stretch you all the way back over there, buddy. But apparently, the love disc thing is not as bad as it was in other games. So we're going to use love disc. We're going to have Houndoom learn thief. So thief is a 6100 move, and I like the flinch. I really do think flinch is a better option than crunch for single play, right? So we're going to get rid of crunch. We're going to do that. We're going to go to route 124. And we're going to go beat up some love discs. Because apparently with a super rod, love discs have a 50% chance of having a scale on them. So, yeah. It kind of goes in the ballpark of why wouldn't we at this point. Then we'll check the route number 224. I don't think I've chose correctly at this point. I don't think we're allowed to go there. Alright, so maybe. That's an old rod, right? Bag. Okay. So now the question is, where do we get the super rod at? Because we really haven't had a need to fish a lot, right? BDSP, super rod. Wow. So it's post-game content. So, yeah. So the question is now, where do we find love discs otherwise? Love disc. Where are you? And Generation 8 decks. Wait, no, not Gen 3, Gen 8. So the Pokemon League and Route 224. Okay. So if we use the good rod, we have a chance of getting them in the water at the ground by that. So, okay. Well, Super Rod is post-game, but there's no way the good rod would be post-game, right? .209 east of Hearthrome. Okay, so... So that's 209. Alright. Chance. That's all we need, right? Is we need a chance. Well, that's not a way to go east. That's what it is. 209. So there's a guy on the dock that we talked to, and he goes, "Here's your fishing pole. Let's see how much you raised your Pokemon." Okay. Alright, Pokebreeder. A Bonsley. Not our best thing to fight against. Or, well, if it wasn't equal aid. It's a sturdy Bonsley, okay. Okay. Flow would have been concerning. Slash. Break. Pichu. Honestly, we should be able to just take this out, right? Actually, I think Pichu's kind of fairy type in this game too, right? Static is unfortunate. So a sturdy, a static, and a poison point probably. Oh, Blade. Such a good Blade. Oh, Luxray, you're just leveling up all the levels. Alright. No. Yes. Thank you. We just wanted the good rod. That's all we wanted. Nope. 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 Stop. Thank you. This button. This button. This button. Register. That button. Yes. Town map. There we go. Right there. And then we can just try to get us a heart scale or 6, right? Well, let's go in and heal. Alright, so Pokemon. Gallade. Swap Pokemon for Houndoom. Pokemon. Houndoom. The Widelands, we will take that. End of the Pokemon. What do we get? What do we get? As a Magikarp. Magikarps are unfortunate. They're their way of life. You know, they happen. Um, may as well use Thief on it, right? It might have hold something. You never know. Oh, sounds like Dickrat might be awake. Now Noobs expecting me to come with a great strategy? Alright, well I'm gonna hit it with Thief. Hit it with Thief, see if it's got anything on it. Nope. Not a bad strategy, just not a great strategy, right? Just looking for a love disc. Not looking for a Magikarp. Magikarp. What? I don't remember that being in the water options. Maybe it's up top? Why need we be fishing? No, it says Super Rod. Oh, it says Super Rod. Did I do stupid? I did stupid. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I misread this. Okay, so there is not a way for us to get to Route 224 or the Pokemon League. Oh my goodness. Alright, so Heart Scale BDSP. Is there any way we can get Heart Scale before post game? Apparently there are ways to do with item finder. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh. Route 212 is the first one. So from Store City, $212, alright. So northwest until we go to the honey tree and then left. Alright, wait. So we gotta go to the... Not there, not there. Oh my gosh. So we're supposed to go on 212. And we're supposed to look for a honey tree, but we're supposed to be headed northwest to get to it. Alright. So... find a honey tree. Well, thankfully we're getting some trainer experience. Scientist Sean. That's an interesting name, Sean. It has so many different spellings. Technically, we can put the item back on, right? But one of these might be holding an item, right? We're heading northwest. So we're gonna head as north and westy as we can. We're looking for a honey tree. Oh my goodness. It's a bi-barrel! We don't have any need to fight or take things from a bi-barrel. Told to leave through this town. It's a whooper. Whoop whoop. Oh, Tour Club. This is why Repel is my favorite item in the whole entire game, and I really need to be using it in a second. If we have any chance to actually get to this hard skill before, like, tomorrow. Oh, that's kind of funny. Oh, those are items. These are items. Yes, these are also items. There we go. Master Repel. Use. Please. No more fights. No more Pokemon. No more wild. Wait. Are we still in the same... we're still on T12. Right. Oh Lord Almighty! This building. Okay. It says northwest. And all right. So this is the tree that they're talking about. A few steps to the left, approach a series of trees that look like vertical. Hidden in the mud in the corner of that row. So here. A Koba berry. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh. Pastor City. Back to Pastor City. Back to the Mega Member. It is down this way, through this way, down here, over here, into the store. Also, Gallad. All right. There we go. Psycho Cat. This is what we want. Yes. We don't want slash. Yes. Oh my gosh. Alright, Total Club. Boy howdy. That was the long way around. But, you know, sometimes you gotta do that, right? Sometimes you gotta do that. And that is our timer telling us it's time for bed. So we are going to save. And I just want to thank the Lurk Squad for coming out today. You guys are amazing. As always, in 11 hours, we're going to be streaming some Ni no Kuni. And in about 9 hours from now, the next Slice of Strawberry Pie should be available for all of our subscribers out there who have channel memberships. So thank you for that. I'm going to have myself a good night. You all have yourself a good breakfast, a good lunch, a good dinner, a good week. It's Monday, right? What you're about to do to the Turtle Club, as always, stay safe,